It's time for our Seen and Unseen segment where we reveal the stories behind the headlines. And for that, we go to Fox News contributor Raymond Arroyo. Raymond, as we've been reporting, Biden unveiled his big climate initiatives today.
Yeah, but it wasn't only about climate regulations, Laura. It was about jobs.
Today is Climate Day at the White House, and which means that today is Jobs Day at the White House. They're not going to lose jobs in these areas. They're going to create jobs. They're going to get prevailing wage to cap those over 1 million wells. These aren't pie-in-the-sky dreams. These are concrete, actionable solutions. And we know how to do this. The Obama-Biden administration reduced the auto industry, rescued the auto industry, and help them retool.
Laura, he was right the first time. The Obama-Biden administration did reduce the auto industry. They spent $23 billion on a United Auto Workers Union bailout, if you'll remember. This was a sweetheart taxpayer-funded deal to shield their union friends from taking pay cuts during the auto bankruptcies, period. But the biggest joke of today was that banning of new gas and oil leases is going to create more jobs. He says, well, they can close those abandoned wells. Under Biden's plan, there'll be many, many more abandoned wells. This is like me saying my policies are going to create tons of going out of business sign makers, Laura. That's not good. This is all bad.
But wait a second, Raymond. I remember back in the radio days tracking Biden's promises about green jobs. I think it was, what, 2009?
More green jobs means more money in your pocket at the end of the month.
Yeah, but the money landed in somebody else's pocket, Laura. It wasn't the taxpayers. Obama and Biden promised 5 million green jobs as part of that $787 billion stimulus package. The only thing green was the piles of cash spent on this boondoggle. They never hit their goal. And remember, they counted janitors, cleaners, and bus drivers as green jobs. This was a boondoggle from start to finish, including Solyndra, which you mentioned.
Well, when they go back and they keep saying, well, it'll all be solar. Solar has so many great jobs. Well, I'm sure there'll be some jobs. But what's going to stop the solar panel manufacturers without Trump's tariffs and other trade protections in place from moving over to Asia, whether it's China or Vietnam or India? They're all going to move overseas. So we're going to be left with no oil and gas jobs and no solar panel jobs. So I guess
you're 100%
I don't know what we'll do.
Well, Lauren, it was China that put Solyndra out of business. Remember that.
Yeah.
It really is the job of the media, though, to hold these politicians accountable and call out errors, which is why it is astounding that after years of ruthlessly fact-checking Trump, the Washington Post has announced they're backing off of Biden and discontinuing their presidential lie tracker, Laura. Glenn Kessler tweets, we have no plans to start a Biden false or misleading claims tracker, just as we had no plans at this point to start a Trump tracker. The constant tweeting of falsehoods forced our hand, but we will have an open mind if the need arises, and we'll consider one.
But wait a second, Raymond. Jim Acosta over at CNN, he believes the fact checkers should not be packed away just yet.
We need to devote in our news organizations some resources to fact-checking these fringe ideas that are going to continue to exist on the far right in this country. This is not a time to put away our fact-checkers in some sort of box on the shelf. They're going to be needed to fact-check this movement that is not going away. Trump may be going away, but Trumpism is not.
So it's the movement, Laura.
He reveals himself.
The bad man at Mar-a-Lago, he needs to be fact-checked, not the guy spending billions or executive, issuing executive orders like they're candy at Halloween. I've never seen anything like it, but fear not, Laura. The Los Angeles Times is stepping into the gap. They have launched a new project called Covering Kamala Harris, which they say is a beat dedicated to her historic rise to the White House, or at least the Naval Observatory. I guess they don't realize the vice president doesn't live at the White House. But maybe they know something we don't know, Laura. Who knows?
Well, Raymond, let's look at some of the penetrating coverage, and it is pretty tough from the LA Times. This is from their Instagram account. Okay, it's just a reposting of Harris's own social media propaganda with absolutely no comment.
Right.
No.
Since when is hugging a spouse news, Though there are some important reports here, Laura. Here's one. How Kamala Harris's decision to join a sorority helped her become vice president. And my favorite, my grandmother was named Kamala, So is my vice president. Why that matters. This is like the InStyle magazine or Teen Beat for the political class, Laura. Never seen anything like this.
Yeah, this is the Tiger Beat of politics. And poor old Jim Acosta. Jim Acosta's like, well, Trump's gone, but Trumpism isn't. I mean, does he not understand that he's just proving to everyone that he's an ideologue on the left who hates populist conservatives? Okay, then be a pundit. Don't stand up there with your tie on and pretend to be some, objective journalist. You just look like a fool, okay? I mean,
well,
Raymond,
right or
I don't know.
left, these politicians need to be held accountable by the media. That's our job.